Have you ever experienced the painful feeling of being ignored by your own children? Does their disrespectful attitude leave you frustrated, hurt, or even questioning your parenting skills? If so, you're not alone. Many parents find themselves in situations where they feel invisible, unheard, or even powerless. But what if I told you there's a powerful yet simple approach that can transform these challenging moments into opportunities for better connection and genuine understanding? In this video, you'll discover exactly how to handle delicate situations with your children without getting caught in endless arguments, anger, or emotional turmoil. We often believe that the quickest way to respond when our children disrespect us is to show anger or assert our authority firmly. But let's face it, how often does that really help? More often than not, such reactions only escalate the situation, leaving everyone upset and misunderstood. The solution is neither in shouting nor in punishment, but in adopting an entirely new approach that can genuinely change the dynamic between you and your children. Today, I'm going to reveal a highly effective 6-step method that will not only help you regain your inner peace, but will also significantly improve communication within your family. These aren't magic tricks or vague theories, but practical, actionable strategies that you can begin using right now, immediately, and in your everyday life. By the end of this video, you'll know precisely what to do when your children ignore you, disregard your words, or show disrespect in their attitude. But before we dive into these 6 powerful steps, make sure you've subscribed to the Way's Secret channel and joined our Telegram community. That way, you won't miss any upcoming videos on personal growth, family harmony, and spiritual development. Now, let's begin our journey toward better parenting, deeper connections, and greater serenity. Here is step 1. Keep your emotions in control. The very first and most essential thing to master when you feel ignored or disrespected by your children is controlling your own emotional reactions. Yes, anger, frustration, and disappointment are completely normal feelings. However, acting impulsively based on these emotions rarely solves anything. In fact, losing your cool often makes the situation worse. So, instead of immediately reacting, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that your calmness is your greatest strength in these tense moments. By staying calm, you're not just avoiding conflict. You're sending your children an incredibly powerful message of strength, confidence, and stability. They will quickly notice your calm approach and, consciously or subconsciously, begin to reflect on their own behavior. Furthermore, your composed demeanor gives you clarity of thought. This clarity prevents you from saying or doing things you might regret later, preserving the respect and trust within your family. Managing your emotions doesn't mean suppressing how you feel, but instead channeling those feelings constructively. When your children see you staying calm and composed, even under difficult circumstances, they too will learn how to manage their own emotions better. They'll understand that it's possible to face challenges maturely and with self-control, ultimately enhancing how they communicate with you and others. Step 2. Show understanding without giving in. Once you've regained your calm, it's time to shift your perspective. Rather than immediately responding with authority, judgment, or criticism, pause to genuinely understand what might be causing your children's behavior. Often, beneath the surface of disrespectful or dismissive attitudes lie feelings of insecurity, stress, fear, or even confusion that your child might not know how to express clearly. Showing empathy doesn't mean tolerating poor behavior or compromising your authority as a parent. Rather, it means actively trying to understand the real issues your child might be experiencing. By being empathetic, you build a bridge of trust and open dialogue. Children who feel understood rather than judged are far more likely to open up, share their real feelings, and reveal the deeper motivations behind their actions. When you tackle the true cause of their behavior, rather than just reacting to its symptoms, you're building a stronger, healthier relationship with your children. Step 3. Set clear boundaries. Calmly. Even though empathy and understanding are crucial, they don't replace the need for clear, consistent boundaries. It's essential to calmly and clearly explain to your children what behaviors are acceptable and which are not. Instead of threats or harsh demands, establish logical and reasonable consequences for crossing these boundaries. Your tone should remain firm but gentle, assertive but not aggressive. Setting clear boundaries isn't about controlling every aspect of your children's lives, nor is it about being overly permissive. It's about creating a healthy structure that gives your children a sense of security and responsibility. Calmly defining the consequences for inappropriate behaviors helps children understand that their actions always have outcomes. These clear expectations teach them accountability in a fair and supportive environment, preparing them for real-life scenarios beyond the family, where every decision has consequences, both positive and negative. Step 4. Be the example you want to see. Your children learn far more from watching your actions than from listening to your words. If you want to be treated with respect, you must consistently model respectful behavior. If you wish your children to truly listen to you, demonstrate your own willingness to genuinely listen to them. Remember, your reactions during tense or emotional moments become powerful teaching opportunities. Your patience, calm demeanor, and mature handling of conflicts become lessons your children will carry with them for life. Being an example doesn't mean being perfect. No parent is. But it does mean openly demonstrating the behaviors and attitudes you expect from your children. Every moment you choose patience over anger, listening over dismissing, and calmness over frustration, you teach your children invaluable lessons about respect, self-control, and compassion. They will instinctively mirror these qualities, shaping them into emotionally intelligent and respectful individuals. Now, are you ready to discover the next transformative steps to building deeper respect and communication with your children? Let's continue together to unlock even more powerful strategies to create harmony in your home. Have you ever noticed how much more your children learn from watching what you do rather than just listening to your words? Your actions truly speak louder than your lectures ever could. If you want them to trust you, to respect you, or simply to pay attention when you speak, you must be the living example of these values. Consistency is key, because every action you take, every word you say, and every attitude you display in front of your children shapes how they will behave, both now and in their future interactions with others. Think about this carefully. If you desire respect from your children, even in moments of disagreement, you must show respect toward them consistently. If you wish them to become good listeners, make sure you always create an environment where they feel truly heard. Children instinctively mirror their parents, adopting behaviors they observe at home as their own blueprint for life. By genuinely practicing what you preach, you not only teach your children vital life lessons, but you also build an unshakable trust that deepens your family bond over time. Step 5. Create moments of connection. Outside of conflict, addressing problems and disrespectful behavior effectively is essential, but it's equally important to foster positive, loving connections during peaceful moments. Strong relationships with your children aren't built solely during conflicts, but rather in the calm, joyful times spent together. Invest in quality time without phones, TVs, or other distractions, to talk openly, to listen genuinely, and to enjoy activities you both love. Whether it's cooking, playing games, taking walks, or simply chatting about daily life, these moments nurture trust, affection, and deeper mutual respect. When you dedicate time specifically to strengthen your emotional connection, you'll find that conflicts become less frequent and much easier to resolve when they do arise. Feeling genuinely valued, heard, and loved creates a secure emotional foundation for your children, enabling them to communicate more openly and respectfully, even when emotions run high. Remember, the closer your emotional bond, the more naturally and spontaneously respect will blossom within your family. Step 6. Give your children space to reflect. After you've calmly addressed the issue and established clear boundaries, it's critical to allow your children some breathing room to reflect on their actions. Trying to force an immediate apology or instant behavioral change usually doesn't work. In fact, it often results in resistance, resentment, or defensiveness. True growth and understanding often happen gradually. When given the chance to think things over without pressure, children start to internalize your teachings more authentically. Giving them time to think lets your children recognize for themselves the significance and consequences of their behavior. Instead of simply reacting to authority, they begin to develop genuine self-awareness and personal accountability. This personal reflection process fosters maturity far better than forced apologies or rushed conversations ever could. As parents, patience is your greatest ally. Offer your children your steady support, trust in their ability to learn, and watch as the lessons you teach sink deeper, becoming powerful guides for their future decisions. Now that you have mastered these 6 transformative steps, here are some final insights and practical advice to further strengthen your family bonds and enhance communication in your daily life. Firstly, choose your battles wisely. Learn to let go of small conflicts. Remember, not every disagreement deserves your energy or intervention. Sometimes, deciding not to engage in minor provocations sends your children the message that conflict isn't always necessary. Allowing minor issues to pass teaches them valuable lessons about perspective, compromise, and prioritizing what truly matters. Secondly, involve your children in family decisions whenever possible. Letting them have a voice and participate actively in matters that affect the family nurtures their sense of responsibility and belonging. When children feel genuinely heard and valued, their understanding of respect deepens naturally. It also helps them develop critical problem-solving skills, preparing them to face challenges confidently throughout their lives. Next, always recognize and celebrate their progress, no matter how small. Parents often unintentionally focus more on negative behaviors and overlook the small but meaningful improvements children make every day. Positive reinforcement. A simple acknowledgement or word of encouragement can profoundly motivate your children, reinforcing behaviors you want to see continue. Additionally, never hesitate to admit your own mistakes. If you've overreacted or handled a situation poorly, apologize sincerely. Showing humility in admitting your errors isn't a sign of weakness. Rather, it teaches your children valuable lessons about honesty, accountability, and growth. It reassures them that mistakes are normal, acceptable, and essential parts of learning for everyone, including you. Finally, maintain a long-term perspective. Meaningful change doesn't happen overnight, especially within families. Each step you take toward better understanding, clearer communication, and deeper respect moves you closer to the harmonious family environment you desire. Don't be discouraged if results aren't immediate. Remember, patience, consistency, and trust are your greatest tools. With these powerful tips and strategies, you are now fully equipped to handle challenging situations calmly, confidently, and compassionately. So, how do you typically respond when your children ignore you or show disrespect? Today, you have the tools to approach these difficult moments with emotional intelligence and clarity. Remember, maintaining control over your emotions, understanding without giving in, clearly communicating your boundaries, and being a living example of respect are the keys to a healthier, happier relationship with your children. These strategies not only improve your current relationship, but also guide your children toward becoming more respectful, mature, and self-aware individuals. We genuinely hope you found this video insightful and inspiring. If you did, please leave us a like, it truly helps, and subscribe to the Ways Secret channel and our Telegram channel to ensure you never miss our future content dedicated to personal wisdom and spiritual growth. Also, share this video with anyone you feel might benefit from this guidance. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next video.